Hello and welcome back to the Internal Library Breathwork series, a complement to the meditation series. If you'd like to skip this introduction, the breathwork will start at the 1-minute mark. Locate yourself somewhere where you're unlikely to be disturbed, and if you can, sit without leaning on anything. This is to ensure that your back, sides, and chest have their full range of motion. When you hear the bell, I'll offer today's instructions, and we'll lead the exercise with regular counting for several rounds, followed by a short period of silence where you can practice the breathwork on your own. When you hear the bell for the second time, the breathwork session has ended. As always, these breathwork sessions are free for everyone. I don't ever want a lack of money to stand in anyone's way of their cultivation of strength, vitality, and energy. But if you do feel called to make a contribution in some way, you can find my PayPal and VenMo links in the description of the video. All donations are greatly appreciated. And now, on with the breath. We're on to our third and final exercise in the nasal constrictive breathing thread. This particular technique will be unlike the previous two in that we'll be using several different combinations of nostril blocking based on a premise in yogic philosophy. According to the yogis, breathing through one nostril or the other actually affects the body in different ways. To put it simply, the right nostril is associated with heating, and the left nostril is associated with cooling. To inhale into a particular nostril is to conjure that effect, whereas to exhale from that nostril is to release it. So, practically, this means that inhaling into the right nostril builds heat, and exhaling from the right nostril reduces heat. Conversely, inhaling into the left nostril brings about cooling, and exhaling through the left nostril reduces cooling. So, what we'll be doing is programming our breath pattern to bring about maximum heating at first, and then gradually reduce our heat, ending on maximum cooling. It's worth noting that you could reverse this pattern and start with cooling and end on heating. It all depends on what you're using this breathwork for. So, feel free to play with this once you've learned it here. Of course, whether you actually sense any particular temperature differences throughout this practice, you can rest knowing that, at a minimum, this practice, like all the techniques, will promote focus, relaxation, and increased lung function. Here's how this complex pattern will go. We'll start by inhaling into the right nostril to build heat, and exhaling from the left nostril to reduce cooling. We'll keep up this pattern for a minute or so. Then we'll inhale through the right side and exhale through the right side, lowering the heat slightly. Next, we'll inhale into the left nostril and exhale through the left nostril, continuing our descent from heating to cooling. And finally, we'll end with inhaling through the left nostril and exhaling through the right nostril, bringing about maximum cooling and completing the symmetry. And don't worry, I'll cue all of this as we go. Ready to start? As you know by now, assume the hand position by turning your palm up toward your face. Leaving your thumb and your little finger extended, curl the middle 3 fingers in, so you're making a sort of telephone shape with your hand. Your thumb will be responsible for blocking one nostril, and your little finger will be responsible for blocking the other nostril. Which finger blocks which nostril will depend on which hand you're using. We're going to inhale and exhale through just one nostril at a time, alternating blocking one nostril and then the other as we breathe. Most people block their nostril by pushing on the side of their nose, but I prefer to bring the flat part of the fingertip up to the nostril directly and sort of cap it off like a sink stopper. Do whichever is more comfortable for you. The first breath set will be 5 counts in and 5 counts out. But I'll drop the counting after a minute or so and leave you to your own internal metronome, cueing the new combinations as they come up. And finally, just because it's worth repeating, it's not necessary that both nostrils have precisely the same length of inhales and exhales. If you find the nostrils are unequal in their allowance of breath, prioritize equality of depth of breath rather than length of breath. By all means, ignore my counting if you have to. It's your practice. Okay, let's begin. Plug your left nostril and inhale through the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. And continue on your own. I'll cue the next change shortly. And continue to inhale on the right side. But now exhale on the right side as well. Breathing in and out just through the right nostril. At the end of your next inhalation on the right side, exhale through the left nostril and then solely breathe through the left nostril. Inhaling and exhaling exclusively on the left side. And remember to relax. Now, after your next inhalation on the left side, exhale through the right nostril and continue this final pattern. Inhaling left, exhaling right, inhaling left, exhaling right, and repeating. Let the breath be long and smooth. And at the end of your next exhalation on the right side, release your hand from your face. Breathe slowly and easily. And let yourself settle into quiet rest. Come back to this moment. Open your eyes if they're closed. And feel into your body. How do you feel? What did you make of today's practice? Keep in mind that with regular breath work, you can generate some real change physically, mentally, and emotionally. I hope you keep it up. As for now, I'd like to thank you once again for taking the time to cultivate your strength, your vitality, and your energy, both for yourself and for the rest of us. Take care, and I'll see you next time.